This tutorial will guide you through pretty much everything you need to know about the Turnitin assignment. For those who don't know much about Turnitin, it is plagiarism software. This is what the website looks like. Moodle now has a Turnitin assignment module, and this can be used by any department wanting to school their students into the art of writing their own assignments rather than copying great swathes of it from the net. In this tutorial, you're going to watch as a Turnitin assignment is created. You'll see two different students submit their work using both text submission and also a Word document. And each of those submissions will contain various forms of plagiarism. You're also going to see the teacher view and the student view after the work is submitted, and you'll have a look at the Turnitin report view as well. So first of all, let's create a Turnitin assignment. Now I've just turned editing on, and let's say we want to put a Turnitin assignment here. Now it's under add an activity, and you notice it doesn't appear under the assignment options, it actually appears on its own down here. So we've just given that a title. We just call it a 70s rock music assignment, and some very basic instructions. Now, submission type. You've got three choices, two activity types. You can have a file upload, which means basically Word document, or students can submit as text, or any submission type. So I'm going to choose any submission type because I'm going to have two different student logins, so two different students submitting work, and I want them to use both types, so as you can see what happens. Therefore, I'm going to have two parts. Now you can have up to 5 parts to your assignment, but I'm going to have part 1 as text and part 2 as file upload. Obviously you can reset your maximum file size and overall grades and all that sort of stuff. Now, student originality, what that means is, do you want the students to be able to see the originality reports as they submit? Now the default is no, because basically they should know if they've plagiarized or not, so most people would choose no at that option. To any advanced options, you can choose to allow late submissions or not. You can generate reports immediately, or reports can be overwritten, or they can generate reports on the due date. So whichever suits you there. Stored student papers, best to leave it as the default. Check against stored student papers. So down the track, if you've used this a lot, the system will check against other student papers that have been submitted, especially brothers and sisters, if they've gone through the same system. So they're all stored on the Turnitin site, so that's a very educationally useful function. Check against the internet, obviously yes. Check against journals, etc. Yep, keep all them as default settings. Exclude the bibliography. Again, the default's no, because you usually want to include the bibliography, but you've got choice. You've got choice there, obviously.
Now I'm overdubbing this bit. Exclude small matches. We tested this extensively some time ago, probably early 2012, and found that it was really problematic to choose either words or percent and put anything in there. It just seemed to glitch, but our advice would be to use the default, so leave it blank.
Let's leave the rest in the default settings. I'm going to choose save and display because we want to see what the next step is. Every time you choose save or a next step or an update, you'll find that the data will synchronize like this. And this is what we've got. So we've got 2 parts, maximum 100 marks for each. I could have changed that to 50-50 if I wanted to. So we've got a submit paper section, and these other options are going to be more relevant once we have our students submit some work. So I'm now a student, and I go to my submissions, and I'm going to choose text submission first, part 1. I'm just going to call it RA part 1. Now, text submission, this login, so test student is going to do 100% plagiarism. So here is my assignment. It's on Led Zeppelin, and I'm simply going to copy all of that. I know this is an extreme example, but let's Let's use an extreme example. And here it is. Beautiful. Alright, so I think I've done really well on that. Now the reason I'm doing this is so you see what happens at the other end. Yes, by checking this box I'm going to agree to all that. Add submission. So that's part 1. Next one is file upload, and that's going to be part 2. So let's make this file, and once again this is going to be my submission. I'm just copying that same thing into there, so that's clearly 100% plagiarized. I'm going to save that and upload that Word document. There it is. Add submission. I'm going to check the box. So remember, test student 1 has 100% plagiarism in both the Word version, which is the file upload, and the text submission. So that's going to synchronize. Now I'm going to log out and log in as a second student. Okay, Star Trek fans will be happy to know that Captain Picard has logged in. This is the second test student. So we enter the assignment. Once again, CP Part A, so I'm going to go to, let's say in this case I just copy the top bit. That's roughly 50%. So that's the second student, Captain Picard. First one is RA actually, but that was a test student. And the second one is Captain Picard. So that's the Part 1 text submission. And Captain Picard's file upload, the Word document, what I've done now is I've put the plagiarized bits in amongst the originals. So that's what that looks like. And again, I want you to see what happens at the other end. So I've just saved that, go back to the course. So I'm going to submit a file upload. So I'm Captain Picard, and this one's part 2. There's the file, open that, check the box, add submission, and that's done. Next thing we'll do is go to teacher view, now that both students have submitted their work. So I'm going to log out and log in as myself. So as a teacher, we'll go into the assignment. The front screen tells me there's 2 parts to the assignment. I would only go into submit paper if I wanted to test that myself. What I want to do is go to the submission inbox. And here we have a detailed summary. So we've got 2 students who have submitted. Test student, remember, 100% copied from the net submission into the text, and then another one into the Word document. Both of those are rated at 99% because the title that I used was my own title, so that makes sense. Then Captain Picard, in the text submission, remember most of that was plagiarized, and in the Word document a little bit less was plagiarized. So if we have a look at, if we click on view report, which is that little square next to the percentage, we're taken to the Turnitin website. And this is really cool. For more detailed information on how the Turnitin side of it works, you can click on this watch a 4-minute video. So if you can close this. So we're looking at the first submission, part 1. That was text submission, and it's telling me that all of that, except for the title, was plagiarized, and that's the site it came from. Let's have a look at Captain Picard. This would be more interesting. The Word document that had the plagiarized text interspersed amongst the original text. And once again, you can see all the bits that were copied from the net are highlighted. Now if in grade mark there's a comment box, you can hit the comment box and write a comment and save it. You might need to muck around with this though, because I haven't found that this is saved at the other end. Perhaps it takes some time for it to appear on the student side of it. I would think you would write your comments from the assignment, from the Moodle side of things, but you can experiment with that. So there you go. That video should get you more than truly started with Turnitin. Hopefully that was of use, and have fun with that. Thanks for watching.